And we're off to another adventure. That's right, Woody. Welcome, everybody, to the Mike Stand. As we take it to the Mike Stand tonight, um, I do have six stories. They're all anime related. So I'll talk a little bit more about those in a few minutes. We wait to see who else. And then, hey, Woody, so you're here, and I know ATC was here earlier. Um, How'd your day go today? Do anything exciting? Yeah, I know. Everyone knows that. And according to YouTube, I'm back down to one person view and the counter in here as well. Man, I know that you would be okay. Hmm. Oh, nothing much, Mike. Yeah, I guess day to day, nothing much happens. So, well, we're on Thursday here, so we're almost done with the week. Of course, tomorrow, don't forget it, be the historical comic retrospect, in which which Backo and I will be taking a look at February 1937. Um, see, basically had to do a couple things today, including get my rent paid, get a little more, pocket money as well. So, and of course, as part of my afternoon watching lineup, I've been getting through a lot. I've been going through the DC based cartoons right now. Working my way through World's Greatest Super Friends. So, hmm, hmm. Let's see. We still have look at just two people listed here. Let's see now. Oh, let's see now. Well, I do know. Last Saturday, Toonami also brought back, I guess, the third season of Food Wars, so that's back on. Hmm. Appreciation, and then you leaving on, and then you leave. Our friend Minecrafter Boy, aka Mr. Not So Wolf. Hello, hey, man. So you getting ready for class right now? I take it. We're just waiting to see who else shows up before I get started on the stories. We got basically all anime stories tonight. So there's ATC. He says, "Hello, Woody." I think we more likely have like, oh wow, look at this. Hello, Mr. Wolf. Hello, Mike. ATC. Yeah, Leto commented earlier that he watched my video today. Since he missed the majority of it last night. So sorry, I can't hear you. Um, let's see. You can't hear me, Mr. Not So Wolf? I'm in online class. Oh, yeah, you probably might, if you want to listen, you might want to. Sorry, I got viewing a guy making a boot knife. Try to kill some time while you, and I added new tab and add one viewer for you. All right. Oh, things there, not so wolf. We're getting up to four. We're up to four people now. It looks like so. Um, yeah. If you want to hear me, you may need to turn on your sound. But if you're in class, I can understand why you might not. We're up to four people now. We'll wait a couple more minutes, and then I might just go into talking about what will be on tap for tonight. As I said, it will be all anime stories tonight. Um, let's see. Let's added a new tab. Add video for you. Well, thank you for that. And as always, guys, of course, I do appreciate any likes and shares you guys can give me to help get the word out. Um, Helps as well. Um, See, of course, we're just still waiting on people to show up a bit here. So, let's see now. But I dropped down to three now. Now there's always going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Hmm. Let's see, we're about 7 3/4 there, so we're coming up on 8 minutes now. And it looks like we got like four people in here, so I might just go ahead and um, start getting into it a bit here. All right, so here's pretty much what's on tap for tonight. As I said, we have all anime stories. The 6 stories I have tonight, all in the anime realm, including 2 on how to get started with anime and manga for Devilman and Jujutsu Kaisen. Um, Also, let's see, there's some other little profile pieces. And there's a Dragon Ball profile piece here. 5 forgotten secrets about the original Super Saiyan form. Well, last night we talked about the 5 most overrated Studio Ghibli movies. Now we're getting the flip side of that, according to I guess the author of that article, the 5 most underrated Studio Ghibli movies, as well as an announcement in regards to Violet Evergarden, the movie, in terms of its U.S. release dates and theaters. And then 5 anime sports so chaotic they make baseball blush. So those are basically the 6 stories we're going to be covering for tonight. So a couple of how to get started in anime manga, an announcement in regards to Violet Evergarden movie, and a few profile pieces. One on anime sports, one on Dragon Ball. So look at that, we got a pretty packed lineup tonight, pretty much. We're now coming up on 10 minutes here. 4 people in here. So let's see. Excuse me for 1 sec. Just gotta go off camera here. Quick second. Alrighty then. So we're now just past the 10-minute mark. I think I'll go ahead and get started now. Without no further ado, let's get started on the news stories for tonight. Let's see now. Alrighty then. So here's the first story we'll look at. Devilman, how to get started with the anime and manga. These have been some interesting articles to go through and just get the word out for if you want, let's say if either of you wanted to reconnect with animes or mangas that you hadn't watching or reading or want to get into some ones that you haven't found out about yet. So this article is talking about Devilman, how to get started with anime and manga. The anime and manga. Okay. So Devilman is a long running, complicated manga and anime franchise. Here's how to get into the series. Devilman is a complicated saga that can be difficult to navigate with its various continuities and spin-offs. Go Nagai's original manga and its anime adaptation are only the start of a decade-spanning barrage which will intimidate anyone new to the series, interested in watching or reading it. Long before Marvel Studios created the shared universe, Go Nagai created a shared multiverse of characters, with Devilman being one of the centerpieces uniting all of the different aspects together. Um, well, Marvel Studios isn't the first one to do a multiverse concept. I know DC Comics is kind of the more likely the one there, but that's for another issue for another day. So, if you want to read Devilman, where do you even begin? We'll focus on the core manga and include references to other spin-offs worth checking out for continued Devilman reading. How to read Devilman's manga. And there he is right there. The original Devilman manga ran from 1972 to 1973 with 5 volumes in Weekly Shonen magazine. It was followed in by Shin Devilman, which ran for 1 volume between 1979 and 1981. And then Neo Devilman, an anthology series worked on by multiple from 1999 to 2000 with 3 volumes. Another title, Arnon, The Dark Side of the Devilman, was released between 1999 and 2004. So they actually had 2 Devilman series concurrently running. um, that's pretty interesting. A string of alternate continuity spin-offs followed, including Demon Knight, Devilman versus Getter Robo. Getter Robo is a mecha anime. Celine Chan, Devilman Grimoire, Devilman vs. Hades, and most recently, Devilman Saga, which started in 2014 and ended in 2020. It ran for 6 years there. See if anybody's following along here, or at least got something to say about it. Devilman was an awesome anime. Too bad the latest was Devilman Crybaby, which was so bad. Yeah, I've heard a lot of criticism about. Yeah, that that I mean that title itself almost sounds SJW esque. Devilman Crybaby. Two of the most unusual and well-known alternate continuities for Devilman are Violence Jack and Devilman Lady. Devilman Lady is a gender swapped sequel to Devilman. You almost have to wonder why they just don't call her Devil Lady or Devil Woman then. But anyways, to sequel to Devilman that features Jun Fudo, a model turned into the iconic Devilman. Violence Jack, however, was seemingly a separate Go Nagai manga about a post-apocalyptic wasteland that toward the final volumes turned out to be an elaborate sequel to Shin Devilman. Shin Devilman. While understanding Devilman's history offers some clarity, it's difficult for Western readers to enjoy the entire franchise as much of the works remain untranslated. Go Nagai's original manga was recently republished in 2 large volumes by Seven Seas Entertainment, and their website indicates multiple outlets to purchase it from: Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Right Stuff Anime, and Books A Million all carry both volumes of Devilman the Classic Collection for around $29.99 each. The 5 volumes of Devilman Grimoire, Devilman G, and 3 volumes Devilman vs. Hades were also released by Seven Seas Entertainment, available from the same retailers for about $12.99 each. Unfortunately, there currently aren't digital volumes available. Let's see what you guys have said anything since I last mentioned. Nope. So ATC had the last comment now on it. So now we're gonna get into the now of course we're gonna get into the anime side of it. How to go watch the anime. How to watch the multiple Devilman anime and that one live action movie. They put that in parentheses. That one live action movie. Okay, Devilman has existed in anime since the manga's release, with the original airing for 39 episodes between 1972-73. So, among some of the other classics that were coming out around that time, of course, included Science Ninja Team Gatchaman. Also was out around that time in Japan. Here in the States, we know a few versions of it. We know the Sandy Frank production dubbed version, Battle of the Planets. It's got a lot of criticism. Same for the kind of similar to the Deke dub of Sailor Moon. Let's see, the G-Force dub in the late '80s, and then of course ADV's dub in 2005 of that series. So, but that was for Science Industry Gatchaman. We're talking about Devilman here. It is arguably the most family-friendly adaptation of the character, notably changing the ending of the story. The original series received a North American DVD release in 2014, available from Amazon for $69.95. It was followed in 1973 by an alternate Keenan anime film called Mazinger Z versus Devilman. Mazinger Z was another that one was a mecha anime actually. It was a pretty popular one back in the 70s. Devilman the Birth and Devilman Demon Bird Serene were 2 OVAs released in 1987 and 1990. Taking steps to adapt the original manga, those were followed by Arnon, Apocalypse of Devilman in 2000, which adapted the manga of the same name. While the third OVA isn't directly connected to the prior two, they tell one complete story. Amazon and Right Stuff Anime offer a Blu-ray OVA combo pack, which includes The Birth and Demon Bird Serene for 22 for from 2246 to 2719. And here we get another crossover. And in 2015, Cyborg 009 versus Devilman, a 3-episode crossover OVA between the two franchises, was released. While this found success on Netflix, the real hit for the Devilman series in the 2010s came with 2018's Devilman Crybaby, which we were just talking about. All 10 episodes of Devilman Crybaby and the Cyborg 009 crossover are available to stream on Netflix. Devilman Lady, also known as the Devil Lady, is a spin-off that received an anime in 1998 that ADV dubbed. Yeah, I think I did see that. Well, I haven't actually watched it, but alongside that, there were the 3 Violence Jack OVAs, but none of them adapt the connective tissue between Violence Jack and Devilman. These are both available to stream for free on Retro Crush, but the Devil Lady is also available on Amazon Prime with a Blu-ray set for purchase at $59.95 too. The 2004 live-action adaptation of Devilman was heavily criticized upon release and afterward for the low quality and terrible effects. The DVD is available from Right Stuff Anime for $11.24, but isn't streaming anywhere at this time. So there you go. There's that story. See if you guys have anything to say about that. Let's see. The live action wasn't the worst I've seen. Laugh out loud. At least it wasn't Crybaby. Laugh out loud. Devil Lady really Bible blacked its ending. Bible blacked. Okay. All right. So. All right. So ATC, I've got a couple questions for you. Maybe you can answer this. One, what were your issues with Crybaby? What were your issues with Devilman Crybaby? I'd like to see you reply to that in the chat. Also, um, what do you mean by Bible blacked on the Devil Lady anime? So, just curious what you meant by Devil blacked, and also if you can tell me what issues you had with Devilman Crybaby, because I have heard some criticisms a little bit about that one, but the title itself almost sounds like an SJW title. So excuse me a moment while I go off camera. I wait to see if ETC will respond. I just wanted to see if you would reply on the comments there, ATC. What your issues with Devilman Crybaby were, as well as what you mean by Bible blacked on the Devil Lady ending. Excuse me a moment. I'll be right back. Get it. Step away for a moment. All right, I'm back. Let's see if I got any responses here. Okay, well that. All right, so let's see. I replied. Um, Google deleted it. Uh, what removed it? Hmm. Google removed it. Uh, hmm. Why do you think it removed it? Message deleted by the Google moderator team. Big sister is watching. Yeah, kidding. Only cause I was thinking about Bible Black. Well, I don't even know what that means. So if you can find a way to explain it without getting yourself busted, that would be appreciated. Um, did you also respond in terms of the question I had about what your issues with Crybaby were? I asked two questions. I did ask about what you meant by Bible Black, and I also asked what your issues with Crybaby were. So that's why um, I'm just kind of curious. Hmm. All right. Well, I guess if you're not able to put the comment up, I guess we'll just move on. Oh, there you go. Crybaby had terrible animation. The voice acting was terrible. The art style didn't mesh with the story. Um, are you talking about the dub of the of Crybaby? When you say the I don't know. Were you watching the dub version or the sub version of the dub was really bad. Hmm. The dub for Devilman Cryberry, huh? Oh, here, why don't we take a look at who did that dub? See if we can find out who. Actually, why would I even go there? I can just, I'm just trying to find out who did the dub there. Maybe figure out why you panned it. Hmm. So the dub was done out here in L.A. It was basically done by a lot of the LA based voice actors. Bob Buckholz was the dialogue director on it. Among some of the people who were involved in that included Karami Lee and Christina V, Bryce Papenbrook, Chris Smith, Cindy Robinson, Dorothy Fawn, Johnny Young Bosch was even in it. So it was basically the LA voice actors that were doing the LA based voice actors that were doing the dub of Devilman Crybaby. I've watched it in both dub and sub and dub. Okay, yeah. So, all right, okay. Well, I think we spent enough time on that, so I guess I'll just move on to the next story. I still want to know what Bible black means, but you can't get that comment up, and so be it. All right, so moving on to the next story here, then. Um, Dragon Ball: Five Forgotten Secrets about the original Super Saiyan form. Okay. Dragon Ball's Super Saiyan form is one of the most iconic transformations in anime history, but there's plenty you might have forgotten about it. With a franchise as iconic as Dragon Ball Z, it's hard to find any details that are mostly forgotten by the fan base. Least of all, about its iconic Super Saiyan form. The Dragon Ball world forever changed when the characters went to Namek because of the long build-up to the legendary Super Saiyan debut. Goku becoming a Super Saiyan for the first time remains one of the most iconic transformations in the history of anime, inspiring tons of shonen creators for decades since its inception. Yeah, I think we've seen many times that kind of get copied over. However, while many different evolutions have compounded the form, from Super Saiyan 1 to 4 and God to Blue, that doesn't change the fact that the original Super transformation has several enigmas, lesser known even by modern fans. So, what are the secrets surrounding the golden hair form that you might not remember? Let's see. Um, let's see. I looked up Bible Black. Woody is now in the know. Laugh out loud. Now, I'd watch Devil Lady. You'll get the meaning behind Laugh out loud to my earlier statement. Fair enough. The pseudo Super Saiyan is a fragment of Super Saiyan energy. In the Dragon Ball Z film Lord Slug, King Kai is convinced Goku becomes a Super Saiyan. Fans have come to call this the pseudo Super Saiyan or Goku almost reaching the form, but not quite. It cannot be accessed at will, but it is birthed out of desperation. Goku's pupils, blah, blah, Goku's pupils disappear. His hair gains a reddish hue, and a mighty yellow aura swells around him. It has never truly been replicated outside the movie, though similar transformations have occurred. Broly gains a form like this as a baby in Dragon Ball Z Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. Still, there is no clear explanation as to what this form is, but it appears to be what happens when a Saiyan lacks the necessary strong emotion to reach the iconic transformation for the first time fully. Ergo, pseudo Super Saiyan is much like the Ultra Super Saiyan form, another aspect of the Super Saiyan transformation. The Super Saiyan transformation causes a personality alteration. It is evident that the Super Saiyan transformation ties into extreme emotional responses. However, those who let the form carry them away can allow certain emotions to overwhelm them since personality shifts are emblematic with Super Saiyans. Much like with their power, the transformation amps what's already there up to 11. Strength gets stronger, and anger anger heats up. Oh boy, that would probably be a problem. Certain aspects of the Saiyan evolution take the take that amplification even further, like Broly's uncontrollable legendary Super Saiyan form. His standard Super Saiyan leads Broly into a rage overload, where once in his second form, he can only angrily shout, Kakarot! Trunks Super Saiyan Grade 3 power up results in him losing his cool and strategic mind. The more control a Super Saiyan has over the form, the more command they have over themselves. Which kind of makes sense. Let's see if you guys have anything to say. Say Goku. Say Goku's pupils 3 times fast. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that would be quite a tongue twister right there. Bald Super Saiyans grow hair. Nappa! When someone becomes a Super Saiyan, their hair turns golden and the eyes become green. But what happens to a Saiyan when they have no hair? Unfortunately, there isn't a single answer as it tends to vary in the different games that demonstrate the transformation. Dragon Ball Online allows players to create their characters, allowing them to make a bald Saiyan who will grow a golden mohawk. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Anyways, however, this isn't the case when Nappa turns into a Super Saiyan. In either Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 or Super Dragon Ball Heroes in Xenoverse 2, Nappa's eyes turn green and his mustache turns yellow. Um, but he doesn't grow any hair on his head. When he becomes Super Saiyan 3 in Super Dragon Ball Heroes, he grows extra hair. A thick goatee. There is no consistency in where the hair grows as a bald Super Saiyan, much like when a Saiyan's hair changes for the transformation. It depends on their hairstyle. Super Saiyan has connections to the Golden Ozaru. One of the strangest transformations any Saiyan has undergone is Dragon Ball GT Super Saiyan 4. But strangely, a prerequisite of that is the Golden Ozaru transformation. The Golden Ozaru is a transformation a Saiyans undergo when their tail is exposed to a massive amount of blitz waves, the equivalent of seeing a full Earth. However, the concept of the Golden Ozaru predates Dragon Ball GT. We see a version of the Golden Ozaru for the first time during the Namek saga, when Vegeta recounts the Super Saiyan legend. Vegeta describes it as being of pure destruction. The image conjured in his imagination is a conflation of the great ape with the Super Saiyan form of legend, um, drawing a distinct connection between the two. However, whether it's a prerequisite that one transforms into Super Saiyan before a Golden Ozaru since Saiyans like Bardock before Goku um, have been exposed to full Earths, um, show without becoming a Golden Ozaru. The exact ties remain unexplored. Let's see now. Oh, nothing new there. Same old stuff. Okay. All right. Super Saiyan 2 and 3 are unrefined forms. A unique element of the transformation is that the later Super Saiyan forms are not separate forms, per se, but rather different levels of the same change. According to Akira Toriyama, the Super Saiyan 2 and 3 forms are just what happens when you force more power through the base Super Saiyan form. It essentially offers a power increase at the cost of energy. Toriyama went on to explain one step further. He said, after the fight with Beerus, Goku realized that mastering his normal state and Super Saiyan would raise his level more and sap less strength. So I think he probably won't become Super Saiyan 2 or 3 anymore. The creators quote indicates that the Super Saiyan transformation, once being mastered, offers a greater power output than Super Saiyan 3 form. This means that Super Saiyan 3 is not a sign of increased power, but a sign Goku pushing himself beyond his limits too early. Yes, and if Goku can find a way to get to Super Saiyan 4 or God, God Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue, without going through 2 and 3, then more power to him, obviously. So that's it for that one. Right, I'm this one up. Let's see how we are on time here. All right, we're at the 48-minute mark here, 40 half minute mark there. All right, so let's see. So nothing more is being said thus far. All right, so now last night, of course, we talked about the five, or at least the author from last night talked about the five most overrated Studio Ghibli films. So now I guess we're gonna get the counter to that, the five most underrated Ghibli films. Nicole Maxman here. Studio Ghibli is a powerhouse known for its high quality films, but here are five of the studio's most underrated gems. There's no anime film production studio that conjures more recognition and admiration, and so she used the same paragraph to start it out with. Okay, and Studio Ghibli, known worldwide for their outstanding artistry, attention to detail, and mesmerizing stories. Most people are familiar with the studio's most famous works like Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, and Kiki's Delivery Service. But Studio Ghibli's catalog spans multiple decades with plenty of films in their repertoire that all share the same quality level. Let's take a look at some of Studio Ghibli's more underrated films and see what makes them just as good, if not better, than some of the studio's more popular films. Porco Rosa. The guy looks like a pig pounding a plane. Porco Rosa, Rosso, released back in 1992, is another absolute hit from the studio and a family-friendly gem that ages like a fine wine. Directed by Hayao Miyazaki, the film follows an Italian World War I ex-fighter who now lives as a freelance bounty hunter that chases air pirates in the Adriatic Sea. Marco Pagot, the protagonist, is a pig known better as Porco Rosso, um, which means red pig. Rosa is in Rosa, Rose. After losing most of his squad back in the war, Marco cursed himself and became a pig. After all, what's Ghibli without their signature magical touch and making anthropomorphic characters? Right? The story has many themes found in Miyazaki's other works, following threads of war, love, compassion, and humanity. It has the magnificent artwork signature to Studio Ghibli while incorporating a new, unique story that is magnificent from start to finish. For kids, it's a fun story about a pig in a plane, as opposed to a pig in a blanket, right? Um, for adults, it's a story of guilt that refuses to go away, no matter how much one redeems himself. Um, it strikes the perfect balance between the two lines, making an excellent movie for the whole family. It's worth a watch and deserves much more attention. And I guess nothing new being said. I guess so. All right. Hmm. All right. Laputa, Castle in the Sky. That looked kind of like a strange mecha right there. Another film from Miyazaki's trove, Laputa, Castle in the Sky, is a masterpiece from 1986. It was the first film ever produced by Studio Ghibli, and it set the bar high, which explains the studio's impressive standards. The film follows Shita, a young orphan girl, and her new friend Pazu as they search for the legendary floating city of Laputa. Um, while being pursued by military agents. There are many layers to this film, but it incorporates common themes from found in Studio Ghibli films: environmental protection, technology versus nature, and compassion above all. While the animation leads one to think this film is targeted towards children, the content of Laputa is dense and very thought provoking. It tries to conquer ethical questions such as, are humans truly meant to live on Earth and in the sky? And is death a fair price to pay for riches? It does all this with beautiful scenes, striking musical composition, and other um, signature hallmarks of Studio Ghibli. While it is an older one from the vault, It's the original Ghibli work, and it stands the testament of time, only becoming more relevant with age. Kind of like a great wine, huh? Gets better with age. Hmm. As we continue on here, from up on Poppy Hill. From Up on Poppy Hill was directed by Goro Miyazaki and was released in 2011. Goro being, I think, Hayao's son, who got some recent recognition and criticism for Earwig and the Witch. Um, while it goes under many Ghibli, while it goes under many Ghibli fans' radar, it's definitely worth the watch. It's a slice of life movie that follows two high school students in 1963 Yokohama, Japan, as they try to process while trying to save their school's clubhouse. It's a very calm, tranquil movie that touches on some challenging emotions like the loss of family members. The film perfectly balances romance with the struggles that both main characters share. As with most Ghibli films, it also features war and its consequences. 1963, which of course was 18 years after the end of World War II. So, actually, what's kind of funny too is in our world, 1963 is around the time that, like, I think Toei animation was created, and hence starting the modern push of anime. So let's see, where were we? Let's see. And its consequences, drawing it out to its logical conclusion of losing people we love. While it may not have much in the way of the supernatural and mystical themes common to many Ghibli films, it takes what's great about the studio and transfers it to a different type of story. Grave of the Fireflies, which sounds kind of like a dark title there. Uh, okay, arguably one of the saddest films ever, Grave of the Fireflies is one of the very best films that Studio Ghibli has to offer. Released in 1988, directed by Isao Takahata, the film follows two children as they struggle to survive in Japan during the last few months of World War II. It's raw, honest, and beautiful all at the same time. It doesn't shy away from the reality of wartime, despite it being an animated film. And of course, a lot of anime is like that. They don't shy away from the realities of things. We've seen that over and over again with a lot of animes. Um, let's see. It uses the artistic medium to its advantage, showing showing things that would be a lot harder to witness if it were live action. See, Grave of the Fireflies focuses on the personal tragedies that come with the nature of war, and for some, this can be very difficult to watch. Still, it's important that a movie like this was made because it points a finger directly at the problems of war and shows what the glorified stories try to hide. It's a beautiful film in form, but its content is what makes it so iconic. And we're up to 5 people. Hello, 5 people. As always, guys, I do, of course, appreciate any likes and shares you guys can give. I hope you guys are enjoying the content here. So we continue on here. The Tale of Princess Kaguya. A classic folk story retold in brilliant watercolor animation. The Tale of Princess Kaguya is the sparkling diamond in Studio Ghibli's collection. Released back in 2013, it's another film by Asao Takahata. It's an adaptation of the 10th century Japanese literary tale called The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter. The film is about a bamboo cutter who finds a small princess in a bamboo stalk and decides to raise her. While a child, she's raised in the rural fields around the bamboo fields. But as she grows, the bamboo cutter decides to move her to the capital city. While the story is incredible, the film's art style is especially striking and takes a different approach when compared to other Ghibli films. Every scene is hand drawn and looks as if it's painted with watercolors. A few um, a few fast paced scenes are breathtaking to watch as you see um, the artist's tension in bold, sharp strokes. Even other and I just saw that, guy. I just saw that. Okay, connection is unstable. We're over an hour into it. I just saw that too. So Solid have joined us. Hooray! Hello, Solid. See what you guys have been saying since I last. Hey, Mike, Toys, Mr. Knot, and Woody. Sorry about my absence yesterday. I slept, but yeah, I saw your message in the comment. Leto. Hello, Leto. Slept. Sleep is good. Yeah. Solid said, or Action Toys said, hey, Leto. Um, Leto's it. But as always, I do got to be driving to work. Also, I'll be listening. Okay. Leto. Hey there, Leto. Solid. Hey, Toys and Woody. Hey, Solid. Up to 6 people now. Yay, 6 people. Um, Woody, our visitor from Mongolia was here yesterday and earlier tonight asked about you. Yeah, but he doesn't go by Minecraft anymore. Leto, he goes now by Mister Not So Wolf. How about Leto? You get me my ring yet? Well, uh, Leto. Let's see. Leto, you going to be streaming tomorrow? Ask Solid to Leto. A bunch of emojis from ATC. Mongolia isn't that where Minecrafter Boy or another? Yes, it is Minecrafter Boy. He changed his YouTube name. He's now known as Mr. Not So Wolf. Now, why he changed his name, I don't know. He didn't mention why he changed his name. He just changed his name. Now I won't be till Sunday. Solid. Got it. At Leto. Okay, that's cool. I'm probably gonna stream tomorrow. Be sure to check it out. Laugh out loud. Not yet toys till you bring me dinner. Diet. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. You gotta earn access to the kitchen. I'll check it out, Solid. Okay, so caught up on the let's see, caught up on the comments there. So let's see. Time wise, where are we at? We're just past the hour mark. It looks like hour and 7 minutes here. I think that's what it said, right? Yeah, just at past hour mark. Okay. All right. So moving on to the next story then. As I mentioned, for some of you who are just getting in now, all these stories tonight, and I think I've gone through 4 of the 6. I believe I was going to go through. No, actually, no, 3 of the 6. I've only made it through halfway. Um, they're all anime tonight. So this is the second of 2 that how to get started with the anime and manga stories. We did one. We read through one earlier about okay, I'm driving now. Y'all keep going. I'll be listening. All right. All right. So the second of our 2 how to get started with the anime and manga stories. This one revolving around Juju. Let's see, Jujutsu Kaisen, which has been a pretty popular one this year, from what I understand. So, with Jujutsu Kaisen's growing popularity, here is a guide for new and existing fans to enjoy the supernatural manga and anime series. Jujutsu Kaisen is currently one of the most talked about series, with its recent anime adaptation only fueling its rise. The supernatural horror series, written and illustrated by Gege Akutami, gained notoriety for its fresh approach to the shonen formula and began serialization in Weekly Shonen Jump in March of 2018. Jujutsu Kaisen takes place in a world where individuals known as Jujutsu sorcerers are tasked with ridding society of the monstrous beings known as curses, which frequently plague the human world. When high schooler Yuji Itadori um, eats the finger of Sakuma, the king of curses. Oh boy, pretty grotesque there. In a desperate attempt to save his friends, he becomes a threat to the Jujutsu world. When with Jujutsu Kaisen being touted as one of the next big shonen, um, here's how to get into the supernatural anime and manga series. Eating a guy's finger, yeah, that's gotta really be appetizing, huh, guys? Uh, okay, yeah, we're still there. All right, so let me continue on here then. How to read the Jujutsu Kaisen manga. Jujutsu Kaisen has become a best selling manga with over 30 million copies sold worldwide, which places it on par with other popular shonen series like My Hero Academia and One Punch Man. Fans eager to get ahead of the anime or merely wanting to experience the source material and purchase physical copies of the manga from Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million for approximately $8.99 to $9.99. With the series' growing popularity, it might be worth checking your local bookstores and comic book shops as well. There is also a prequel manga, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume Zero, which takes place a year before the main series begins. While it follows Yuta Kotsu, who is frequently mentioned in Jujutsu Kaisen, most of the characters also appear in Yuji Itadori's adventure. Volume Zero, like the other translated volumes, is available through Viz and other retailers, both physically and digitally. The Jujutsu Kaisen manga is also available in digital format through Viz Media, Kindle, Comixology, Google Play, or Manga Plus. The official app for Shueisha Incorporated, a Japanese publishing company. While most of these options sell the series per volume, Viz Media offers Jujutsu Kaisen's weekly chapters as part of their $1.99 month subscription service, including series like Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, and My Hero Academia too. Excuse me a moment, guys, while I go off camera here. I'll be right back. All right, back to this article. How to watch the Jujutsu Kaisen anime. The ongoing series received a 24 episode adaptation animated by Mappa and is currently streaming in both subbed and dubbed on Crunchyroll. New episodes premiering every Friday. Also accessible to fans on Crunchyroll are Spanish, Portuguese, French, and German dub options. While Crunchyroll has a monthly subscription fee with price prices ranging from $7.99 to $14.99. Much of their content is available for free with the consequence of ads. The English dub is also available on HBO Max, which costs a monthly fee of $14.99. Um, let's see. Since Jujutsu Kaisen's anime is still releasing its first season, there aren't DVD or Blu-ray options available yet. However, fans can likely expect those to drop in the future. With season one nearing its conclusion, now is an excellent time for new fans to dive into the series, or for existing ones to enjoy repeat viewings. And the manga continues a regular weekly release. Let's take a quick peek. I want to take a quick peek here at who exactly dubbed Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, so so it's done out here in LA then. Michael Short served as the ADR director. Studiopolis back here in LA is where it's being where Jujutsu Kaisen is being dubbed. So that's interesting. Yeah. All right, then. So at the hour and 17-minute mark here, we're still making relatively good time here. So let's see. Let's move on to the next story then. Violet Evergarden, the movie, announces U.S. release dates and theaters. I've seen the anime for this. It's a pretty interesting anime. Um, so it's basically about a girl who gets taken in by a military family who ends up devoting herself to her commander, basically. So Violet Evergarden, the movie, the conclusion to the anime franchise, will receive an American theatrical release from Funimation this March. I believe it was LA who actually did the dubbing, so Funimation may just be responsible for the maybe doing the distribution. Funimation has announced its plans for the release of the anime feature film Violet Evergarden in the United States and Canada. Violet Evergarden, the movie, will play in select theaters on March 30th. Tickets for the movie will go on sale March 19th, so at the end of this month here. The theatrical release will be in Japanese with English subtitles. So no dub for it yet. Okay. The Violet Evergarden franchise began as a series of light novels written by Kana Akatsuki and illustrated by Akiko Takase. 4 volumes were published by Kyoto Animation from 2015 to 2020, though the studio's Kyoto Anime Isuma Bunko Publishing imprint. A TV anime adaptation aired in 2018 and is streaming on Netflix. A standalone spin-off film, Violet Evergarden Eternity, and the Auto Memory Doll was released in 2019. It was the first release from Kyoto Animation following the arson attack at the studio. Violet Evergarden, the movie, is the franchise's second theatrical release and the conclusion of the Auto Memory Doll former child soldier Violet story. Funimation describes the film's plot as such. Violet Evergarden, the movie, is the final chapter in Violet's story, as she discovers that while writing the emotions of others, she may have neglected her services for his family. Her own feelings about love and loss resurface. Now she must confront her past and the death of the Major. Okay, nothing new said yet. All right. So, anyways, let's continue on with the story here. Mitchell Berger, Funimation's senior vice president of commerce, said Violet Evergarden is an incredible anime that has only gained in popularity since its debut in 2018. And we're proud to bring the final moving story to audiences. With the film, Kyoto Animation continues to deliver a visually stunning and deeply moving universal story about love and loss. A poster has also been released for the film. Might be this right here. Oh, there you go. All right. So, anyways, all right. So now we're going to get to the last of the main stories tonight here. Come on. All right. 5 anime sports so chaotic they make baseball. They make baseball blush. Oh boy, I don't know if that was a spelling error or what. Okay. Baseball has no rules, but many anime sports, like those in Yu-Gi-Oh and Kakagurui, take cheating to a whole new level. You got the picture right there. You got Ikuman. You got the lead from Kakaguru, which is a Baseball was the sleeper hit of 2020. This baseball themed interactive browser game and horror experience immerses players in a baseball league where the rules are merely suggestions and anything can happen, from eldritch entities to people turning into peanuts, and there isn't a rule or convention that baseball isn't willing to break. And the new season shows no signs of toning down the weirdness. But baseball isn't the only sport with lax rules. Anime sports aren't exactly the final bastions of fairness. Under with undertrained rookies routinely pulling off ridiculous upsets. But these anime sports leagues, in particular, have governing bodies. So nonchalant, they put baseball to shame. Let's see now. We have some more comments finally. Hey, just got home. Some going to grab a bite and listen in. Hey, Anon. I guess Batgoat wasn't able to make it tonight. Maybe he's resting. Evening, everyone. Evening, Anon. Dragon Ball Super Interdimensional Competitive Martial Arts. Excuse me a moment, guys. I gotta go off camera here for a sec. We got some more comments here. Hey, Anon from Leto. Evening, Anon. T2 from Woody. All right, so here we go. Tournaments in the Dragon Ball universe have always taken a laissez-faire approach to rules enforcement, especially when it comes to allowing anyone to enter, no matter how unbalanced the resulting fight is. Case in point, particularly any fight involving Yamcha. However, Frost in Dragon Ball Super takes this to its logical conclusion with his blatant cheating during tournaments. During the Tournament of Destroyers, Frost uses poison needles hidden in his bodies to gain quick and dirty victories over his foes, even battling Goku and Piccolo with the cheap tactic. This cheap tactic. However, Jocko realizes something is up and informs the referee about the poison. Um, when the needle is found, the referee moves to disqualify Frost. However, the ref doesn't get the chance as Vegeta beats Frost up. Oh boy. Um, During the Tournament of Power, Frost seems to have learned his lesson and forgoes using his poison needles. However, when Frieza knocks Frost out of the stage, now Frost is Frieza's Universe 6 counterpart, just in case you were wondering. I believe he's his Universe 6 counterpart. Frost retaliates by shooting Frieza from the stands. Um, However, this doesn't work as Zeno erases him from existence for trying to cheat. Um, Maybe enforcing the rules retroactively isn't the best way to run an interdimensional fighting tournament. Uh, Food Wars, competitive gourmet cooking. Yeah, that's a pretty fun anime to watch. Can get heated, as I think we've seen a few of them ourselves here in the real world. As we continue on here. Okay, so here we go. Competitive cooking shows okay, I read that part. But you rarely see any underhanded tactics at work. We have yet to see the Great British Bake Off be racked by scandal, and it seems unlikely we ever will. However, in the world of food wars, cooking contests are serious business. Um, the Totsky Sario Culinary Institute, at the core of Food Wars, takes an antagonistic approach to education. Kicking students out win enough. So, of course, people resort to dirty tricks to win. Throughout the series, we see everything from gastronomic sabotage, where competitors attempt to ruin dishes made by others, to full on kidnapping and blackmail in an attempt to throw the opposition off their game. Now, Food Wars, I know, is done by Sentai, basically Seraphim Digital Sounds Sentai Filmworks. They're out of Houston. They're a pretty good group of guys, so people. So, possibly one of the most egregious examples is Itsuya Aizen. This wealthy villain blatantly bribes judges to the point that they'll declare him the winner without even touching the food that has been made, often making it clear they voted before the contest even started. On top of this, Aizen supported Azami Nakiri and his plans to turn the school into a dictatorship, just so he could enjoy an even greater advantage in contest. Oh boy, that guy sounds like a prince, doesn't he? Excuse me a moment while I go off camera here. Gotta go off for a sec here. Well, this is the last one, anyways. Okay, anyways. Ultimate Muscle, alien professional wrestler with of course Mark Thompson doing the English voice of Kid Muscle there, among others. Uh, Pro wrestling has never been confined to roles in the traditional sense, especially as one of the biggest names in the sport is an undead mortician who often uses literal magic to get one over on his opponents, aka Mark Calloway, aka The Undertaker. But the Alien Wrestling League in Ultimate Muscle takes this a step further, creating a league where the rules are seldom enforced. And I don't know if you guys remember, this was actually on Fox Kids for a while there. This is a part of the Fox Kids lineup. So, mostly due to their strategy, I'm sorry, mostly due to their strange biology, the alien wrestlers themselves are natural cheats, as it's inherently unfair to make a humanoid fight someone made out of a toilet or half a forklift. Yes, they had Hollywood Bowl, who was basically, oh man, he was a literal toilet. His face was in that part of the toilet. Oh god. Or half a forklift, which yeah, there was another guy who was a forklift, but ever watched Ultimate Muscle, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Ultimate Muscle matches allow all sorts of non standard tactics, from weapons to biological attacks, including disgusting alien stink bugs, farts, uh, and even pooping mid match. Of course, I'm actually reminded of Kiba Inuzuka from Naruto in their match in the Chunin camps. Uh, when Kiba succumbed to Naruto's fart attack. Anyways, let's see. Yeah. Several matches also turn into hostage situations or flat out murders. Something even the old ECW where they step too far. ECW, the home of guys where guys like the Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, Taz, Sabu, Shane Douglas, Francine, Don Marie, where they all made their names. Takegurui, Hyakao Private Academy School-Wide Betting League. Yes, this is a gambling anime. It was a very interesting one, but I'll put it this way: the majority of the students there have a few screws loose, particularly the main character. Uh, Hyakao Private Academy, the setting for Kakegurui, is not your usual school. No kidding. This private academy sorts its hierarchy by a complex system of gambling and betting games. The more money you win, the more you can give to the student council, and thus the higher your rank. This makes gambling a serious business, and this means everyone is cheating. Take, it's or okay. Oh, take. I'm sorry. Take Itsuki Shumaragi, who uses a deck of cards with hidden marks that appear when the card is worn, allowing her to know what face down cards are, or Yoriko Nishi Notoin, um, whose personal dealers allow her to cheat via magnets. Um, if a game exists in Hayakawa Private Academy, someone has found a way to cheat at it. The fact everyone is cheating compounds this further as it forces the cheaters to cheat more blatantly to overcome the cheating of others. I cheated and you cheated. We cheated on each other. We're gonna cheat, and cheat all the others. We're talking about cheat now, cheat now, cheat now, cheat now. I may. I am such a stupid cheater, cheating all the way. Uh, anyways, however, Russian roulette being allowed on campus cements that the student council truly doesn't care about the rules. Now, I'm sure we all know what Russian roulette is. It's basically the idea is you get a gun, you unload all the bullets except for one, and then you just play a very, very, very deadly game with your own life. Um, Hmm. So YouTube's still saying I've got 6 people um, viewing. StreamYard says 5, so the counters are being screwy, huh? Been a while since anybody said anything. I hope you guys are still awake. Oh, I didn't put you all to sleep. Anyways, as we continue on here, Yu-Gi-Oh, 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 competitive duel monsters. Oh yeah, this is one where rules change quite a bit. The world of Yu-Gi-Oh is packed to the gills with characters. Hardly a battle goes by without someone cheating, often to hilariously over the top levels. You have characters like My Valentine who use perfume to mark her cards. Bandit Keith hides cards in his bracelet. Um, there are also characters like Weevil who literally sneaks cards into his opponent's deck. Um, but that is just the tip of the iceberg. Take Pegasus, who makes his own ludicrously overpowered cards and uses his Millennium Eye to see his opponent's hand. And in Yu Gi Oh! GX, you have Sartorius, who uses Future Vision to see the end of the game before it starts, which, while not technically against the rules, feels against the spirit of them. Yep, and it isn't just the villains doing it. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, Yuma, the protagonist, literally creates new cards during during the game. Even Yugi gets in on this with his heart of the cards feeling closer to blatant cheating the longer the series goes on. I wouldn't call heart of the cards cheating. Okay. I wouldn't call that cheating, but anyways. And watching several series, you would be forgiven for thinking that the Yu-Gi-Oh world needs fewer card games and more ethics classes. Yeah. So anyway, so that's pretty much all for the main stories tonight. Y'all got pretty quiet there. Well, we're at an hour and 43 minutes here, um, so I want to know. So I guess it would be a good time to start maybe winding down. Are you guys ready for this day in each history? Just give me a moment. I go off camera here. I'll wait for your responses. And then it says, "Neach it up." I am. All right. Okay. So, anyways, today being Thursday, March the 4th, 2021. Let's take a look back on this day in each history. I just gotta remind myself of a few things here before we go in here. All right, so without any further ado, let's get started then on this day in each history. Today, as I said, being March 4th, 2021, let's take a look back on this day in each history. First off, we're going to go back 40 years. On this date, 40 years ago, 1981, the anime Beast King Go Lion um, would premiere in Japan on Tokyo Channel 12. Um, now, Beast Go for those of you who grew up in the 80s, Beast Goat Lion was actually the first season of Voltron, the Lion Voltron. Was this anime that was used for that? Now, Voltron, if you guys remember, was a combination of two separate animes. This one, Beast King Go Lion, and Diaruga 15. Diaruga 15 was the vehicle Voltron version. And then Beast King Go Lion was, of course, the Lion Voltron. So on this date in 1981, 40 years ago today, the anime Beast Go Lion would make its debut on Tokyo Channel 12. So let's see if you guys have anything to say about that. Nietzsche King. Mm-hmm. So that's all. That's all on that one. Let's look. Let's look at some more here. We now head to, let's see now, 1998. On this date in 1998, the 375th issue of Daredevil went on sale on newsstands from Marvel Comics. The cover date, May of 1998. It went on sale. On sale date, March 4th of 1998. So that was 23 years ago today. On this date, 23 years ago today, the 375th issue of Daredevil went on sale from Marvel Comics. Cover price was $2.99. It was 48 pages. The story in it, with a little help from my friends, was, of course, written by Joe Kelly, penciled by Kerry Nord, Mark Lipka. Mark Lipka did the inking. Richard Starkings did the lettering, and then coloring was done by Christine Shield. The editor was Jane Gardner. So on this date, 23 years ago today, Daredevil number 375 went on sale on newsstands. And finally, the last piece of Beach history here happened 5 years ago today. On this date, 5 years ago today, Lego Bionicle: The Journey to One premiered on Netflix on this day 5 years ago today. So the Netflix series Lego Bionicle: The Journey to One premiered on this date 5 years ago today. So there you go. That's all that happened on this day in each history. I thank you guys again. I look forward to seeing you guys back tomorrow night when we get back into the historical comic retrospect. I'll hopefully have Batgoat in with me on that, for that. So hopefully everything's all right with him. So we didn't see him tonight, but maybe he's getting some rest, so maybe he'll be ready for tomorrow. So, anyways, let's see. All right. All right. So, anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow night. So, bye.